Hello everyone and welcome. This is the Silent K, and today we're going to be jumping into, I believe, we've got some MekHQ, or we've got some MegaMek lined up in our MekHQ game. And yes, hello Virank, here I am, and I'm glad to see you here as well. Always a pleasure, of course. Yeah, I was worried you were going to be a little bit late per your message on Discord, but I'm glad to see you're here on time. We are going to be engaging in this minor engagement with Tonga and Galatea lands against their 25-ish thousand points. Yeah, 25-ish thousand points, and we do have a Flashman on our side with a veteran pilot, but they have a Galahad too with a veteran pilot, which, yeah, wait, just two large pulse lasers? I thought the Galahad had, I must be thinking of the Rifleman 2C. We've got an Orion 2C with an elite pilot. That's going to be a problem. ER large lasers in the left and right arm, LRM 20, SRM 4, Gauss rifle. That's going to be worth a lot of points. We've got a Crusader 2R with a Kerensky at the helm, a 2-3 pilot. That one has 2 streak 2s in each leg, and it looks like a single ton of ammo in the right torso. We've got LRM 15s in the left and right arm. We've got medium lasers and machine guns in each arm. Artemis 4 on the LRMs. Lots of demons. We've got a Scorpion 1N. That's the one with the PPC and the SRM 6. But otherwise, not super well armored. I mean, it's fairly fast. If I recall, it's like a 6'9" movement profile. But, just a PPC and just an SRM is not going to make it a huge threat, even with a veteran pilot. We do have a Royal Demon tank down here with an elite pilot. That's got 3 streak 2s and a Gauss rifle. As well as a pair of medium pulse lasers. So we cannot be discounting the tanks in this case, because they do all have Gauss rifles, and there are like 6 of them. I believe we didn't have anything else going on before that. I think we took care of everything last week. That's going to be Tonga and Galatea lands. And we're trying to take out a quarter of their forces. We're deploying to the south. Okay, by battle value, their big bad is the Orion 2C with the elite pilot, worth 4,000 points. If we can take care of him, that alone would get us almost, that alone will get us 2/3 of the way towards our objective of taking them down to, we need to get them down to 18,000 points. This guy's worth 4,000 points. So him and, say, the Royal Demon tank would make an excellent winning solution. Hello, kitten. Okay, and what kind of map are we looking at? We're looking at something fairly open, it looks like, with a bit of a river and a bit of a town. Some woods, some rough, some roads. Okay, this is going to be an interesting battle. Okay, we have lost initiative going into the deployment phase. Quite badly at that, actually. And it looks like, oh, there is mud on the field. We are in fact deploying at the south. There is a road that just goes all the way to the north. We could hop on that road, we could be good with at least 3 of our mechs. I'm thinking we can put the stalker out front. Oh man, visibility is terrible, isn't it? We can only see 4 hexes. Let's see, the Grizzly has jump jets, so we can start him off the road. The Gargoyle is the 5'8", he can start in the middle, and the Hoser's Ride can start at the back. And we've got units deploying on round 4 in the northeast. Okay. Wind is strong gale from the northwest. Gusting rain, dawn dusk, heavy fog. So we're going to have a very hard time hitting anything. Because we're going to have +2 to missiles, I believe. +2 to lasers. +2 to piloting checks, maybe? And +1 to literally everything because of the light. So, yeah, that's, okay. Okay, and even on the road, we're still only moving 2 hexes a turn. And that at a sprint. Tsubasa and the Grizzly. Oh no, Tsubasa and the Grizzly was planning on jumping. Be nice if I could see where my mouse was, but there is a cat between me and my monitor. Okay, the Man-O-War, our 5'8", can move forward 2 hexes. And Hoser can only move forward 1 hex. Even on a road. Wow. We've got no targets in sight. We do have our friendly Flashman over here, where he's not going to do any good to anyone. He did... he ran 1 hex. He didn't even start in a good hex. He started lined up on the back edge and moved forward 1 hex. So... okay, no one has seen anything, no one has shot anything, no one has built up any heat at all. We are still deploying on round 4. Initiative phase for round 2. We have lost again quite badly. Yeah, no. Okay, the Stalker can move forward 1 hex. Hoser can move forward, well, 2 hexes actually. Where's Ash? Ash can jump forward 5 hexes actually. Don't know why we didn't do that last turn. Oh, we have sensor return over there to the right. The Grizzly can go and respond to that. And Hoser can move forward all of 2 hexes. Okay, the Stalker has no targets. As a matter of fact, no one's going to have any targets because we don't have anyone in sight. Okay, no one's built up any heat. No one has any. Okay, we've got sensor return, but that's it. We got units deploying next round in the northeast. I'm guessing they deployed in the center, or else they wouldn't be so close to us right now. Let's see, the stalker can run forward 1 hex. Hoser can sprint forward 2 hex. Wait, hold on. There's a Ripper infantry transport. Hoser, can we walk forward and still see him? I wonder. Ash. Ash is a medium range specialist, so she needs to be 4 hexes away from that guy. Yeah, I think that works. Tsubasa cannot back up a hex because that is 6 movement points. We can move forward a hex for 4 movement points, and then we could, what, torso twist and try to catch him behind us? What do we have in the arms? We got a Gauss rifle in the right arm, or all the pulse lasers in the left arm. Tsubasa is a jumping jack, so he actually wants to jump into these heavy woods and fire all the pulse lasers and Gauss rifle at no penalty. Okay, let's start with Tsubasa. Actually, let's start with Hoser because he's got 4 15-point groupings. We've got him on 7s. We'll do 3 of those because I want to be able to move and get into position next turn. The Stalker has him on 13s. 13s, 14s, 15s. No pulse lasers, so we're not gonna hit with anything. Tsubasa with the Gauss rifle on a 10. We'll skip that because we want to save the ammo, but we do have the pulse lasers on 9s, and then 11 and a 10. The LRMs. And then last but not least, Ash with the medium lasers on 10s. We go 2 heat over to fire all of those. All but 1, I think. The Ripper infantry transport hits our stalker in the left torso with a medium pulse laser, down to 21 armor. Hoser returns fire at the Ripper, hits it in the left side with a PPC, and destroys it in 1 shot. And then follows that up with 2 more shots to the left side. Good grouping and nice kill. Tsubasa missed on 9s, 10s, and 11s, and Ash hit it in the left side like 4 more times on 10s. That's actually surprising. Okay, so Tsubasa's at 1 heat, Ash is at 2 heat, everyone else is running cool. It is round 4, so we are going to be deploying, and we have 1 initiative for deployment phase. Hmm. Let's see, the Warhammer, which is a 5.8. Yeah, the Warhammer is a 5.80 movement profile. We'll start him. Maybe not there. Maybe here. Or here. Yeah, we'll start there. the archer deploy right there. Marauder will deploy there. And the Cestus will deploy up on the ridge. Oh, the Flashman has advanced a hex. Okay, the Archer will advance a hex. Warhammer will advance a hex. Cestus will advance a hex. And the Marauder will jump forward 4 hexes. Alright, the Stalker will advance 1 hex. Hoser will advance, I think, 1 hex. That's all we've got. Even at a sprint, we can't make it up that hill. Tsubasa and the Grizzly will advance 4 hexes. And Ash and the Man of War can jump all of 5. Oh. Excuse me. And with no targets in sight, we'll just have to skip our firing phase. Everyone's running cool. We don't have any sensor returns. We've got them down to 99% of their forces. They've got us down 0.08% of ours. We still have eyes on... Oh wait, there are some sensor returns up here. There are quite a lot of sensor returns up here. How about we try to get the Stalker up here as fast as possible. Try to get Hosers right up here as fast as possible. Ash. Stick with them. Let's see, Wyvern. Does Wyvern want to run or does Wyvern want to sprint? We can pull 2 hexes if we sprint. But I don't know if this guy's jump capable or if he's moved, if he's... if he jumps to like right here, I want to be able to shoot at him. So I'll go ahead and just move at a walking pace. Same thing with Scarponi. Let's see, the Marauder. Got the Marauder's a 585. I was thinking it was a 464. Yeah, we can jump over to there. And the Cestus can advance a hex. We've got eyes on nobody still, although the sensor return is starting to approach. It's a good thing they don't have artillery, because they definitely would be able to sense where we are. And I don't feel like dealing with artillery when we're only moving 1 hex a turn. We have lost initiative going into round 6. let's see. Wyvern. 4/6 movement profile. Again, we're moving forward 1 hex. Scarponi can actually run forward 2 hexes without sprinting. We'll run forward 1 hex with Tugyu. Tsubasa, we'll be trying to group up with them as fast as possible, and you know what? I don't see any reason for Ash not to do the same thing. It looks like Hoser's just too slow to make it into combat this match. We'll see. Yeah, we'll sprint 2 hexes. The Cestus is a 4/6-0. Move that way. And the Marauder. The Marauder will jump into this hex to try to regroup with everyone there. That Flashman is so badly out of position. Of course, then again, so are the Awesome and the Stalker. Okay, no one's got eyes on anyone, so no one can take any shots. We've got them still down to 99% of their forces going into round 7. Alright, the Stalker can move forward 1 hex, which means that Hoser can move forward 1 hex. The Cestus can move forward 1 hex and still be capable of shooting. Grouping up units. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty spread out right now, so we should be able to take them on 1 by 1. I do see 4 sensor returns up here in these 3 hexes, and I see 2 sensor returns in this hex, but other than that, we should be able to take them on 1 by 1, which is generally not a bad strategy. Yeah, we'll go ahead, we'll have Ash jump forward at full speed. We'll have the Archer can move forward in this kind of direction. The Warhammer will walk that way. Marauder. Jump 5 hexes, get away from the rest of the crew. Tsubasa and the Grizzly, 4/6-4, will jump to there. Maybe try to take on this sensor return with him and Ash. Alright. Wyvern and the Archer has no targets. This is going to be an interesting battle. It's just going to be a lot of maneuvering, followed by and punctuated with lots of quick and brief engagements. Physical attacks, we've got nothing. Don't know why it's prompting me to do physical attacks with all of these guys that are not next to buildings or enemy units. Alright, no one's building up any heat yet. We've lost initiative, but only just barely. We are going after our Federated Commonwealth Force. Or, oh yeah, the Flashman. Yeah, he's trying. He's working his way up there. Let's see, the Stalker. We'll move forward 1 hex. Hauser can move forward 1 hex. The Archer will move forward 1 hex at kind of an angle. Scarponi again will move forward 1 hex. The Marauder can get eyes on this sensor return this turn. And at a range of 4 hexes. And now we have all of these clan pulse lasers. Yeah, let's see if we can feed a kill to who's that in the Marauder again? Tentacle Shogun. I was gonna say Tugyu, and I was like, no, that's not Tugyu. Okay, so we've got the Scorpion, the 6'9", lightly armored PPC SRM-6 Scorpion. So 4 hexes, short range for his big gun, medium range for his backup guns. Be moving to there. Cestus will be moving to here. Ash and the Manowar can be advancing on these sensor returns up here. Oh, there are 4 sensor returns over here. Ash might want to be a little cautious about that. Okay, so we've got Wyvern in the Archer has no targets. Sharponi in the Warhammer has, I believe, no targets. Oh, no. We can hit the Scorpion on 7s. Yes, we will be doing that. We'll throw in a 9, because why not? We'll cool down next turn with just the PPCs. Can the Cestus join in on that? The Cestus has eyes on a sensor return, but no, we've got eyes on the Scorpion. On an 8 with the Gauss rifle, and a 10 with the ER large, and an 11 with the large. And sure, we'll throw in a 10 with the medium pulse. Tentacle Shogun and the Marauder is next. We've got him on 3s with the pulse lasers. So yeah, that'll be all the mediums. Oh, 9s. Wait. 3. Okay. 3, 3, 3. And we'll do a 5 to go 3 heat over, and we'll do a 9 to go 4 heat over. Do we want to try to activate the TSM? We could do a large pulse laser for 10 damage. Yeah, we'll do one large pulse for 10. And then we'll do the mediums to get us up to 7 on 3s. The small pulse on a 5 gets us to 9. Okay, the Stalker has eyes on nobody yet. Not surprising. The Grizzly has the Scorpion on a 9 for some reason with his Gauss rifle. Apparently the Scorpion is lit up like Christmas or something. Yeah, we'll take the 9, we'll take an 8. And we'll throw in a 9 with the LRMs. Ash has a sensor return but no targets. And Hoser likewise has sensor return but no targets. Okay, I saw an exclamation point on the Scorpion, so I'm hoping he went down. He did miss us on an 11 with the PPC, and then, oh, he hit Tentacle Shogun with 4 Inferno missiles. So Tentacle Shogun is actually going to be at 17 heat. It's a good thing Tentacle Shogun doesn't have any ammo. 17 heat is a lot. Warhammer hits the Scorpion in the chest and the front left leg. Goes internal on that front left leg down to 8 structure, and the ER medium on a 9 hits the right torso for 7 down to 4. The Cestus hits with the Gauss rifle in the left torso, crits on his SRM4 ammo explosion, SRM4 ammo which then explodes for 168 damage. Camilla needs a 3 and a 5 to stay conscious, gets a 6 and a 6. Destroyed by ejection, front left leg blown off, critical hit on left torso, 159 damage to center torso, section destroyed, critical hit on the gyro and the engine. So that is a kill for, who's in the Cestus? Vernita. Vernita is in the Cestus, gets a kill on the Scorpion with the Gauss rifle. Nice shooting. Marauder hits him in the right torso, critting on his PPC. Tsubasa missed with everything on 8s and 9s. Yeah, Tentacle Shogun needs a 4 to avoid shutting down, gets the 4, barely. Gains 41 heat, sinks 24, and is now at 17. Yay. Scarponi is at 4 heat. Vernita is at 3 in the Cestus. And yeah, Tentacle Shogun barely slapped the override in time. We have 1 initiative, but we are going before our joint force. We're at 99%, they're at 93%. We need to get them down to 75 to call it a win. Yeah, that was a pretty big kill. That was a nice shot with the Gauss rifle. Wyvern will advance northwards at a run. Scarponi will advance northwards at a walk. Let's see. Tugyu will advance at a sprint so that he can get in an extra hex. Hoser will advance at a run because that's all he can do this turn. Oh, pilot ejected, right. Tentacle Shogun at 17 heat. We can jump That's a lot of sensor returns. That is awfully far out of position. We'll wait for Ash, for one thing. We'll wait for Tsubasa. And we'll wait for the Cestus as well, I think. Oh, that's a Locust 2C. Yeah, let's take care of him as soon as we can. Yeah, that's gonna be some medium pulse lasers at him. Okay, the Locust 2C moves backwards over an elevation change, needs a 7 because of the rain and the gale. Base piloting skill of 5. Needs a 7, gets a 4. Falls, takes 3 damage to the left arm, needs a 7 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 10. Elmo, huh? Let's see, Wyvern is out of range. Warhammer has them on 8, so we'll do a pair of those for 3 heat over. Tentacle Shogun at the Locust on 7s. So yeah, I think we're just gonna do like 1. He is still at 22 heat. He was only at 17, and then he jumped 5, so yeah, that makes sense. We'll do 2 pulse lasers, puts us at 6 heat over. Plus 3 for heat. We need 7s. Wow. Okay, yeah. We'll just fire 2. The Grizzly. Grizzly does not have eyes on the Locust. The Cestus does. Has him on a 6 with the Gauss rifle. Nice. And a 7 with the ER large, and a 7 with the large, and a 7 with the medium pulse. So yeah, we'll go 5 heat over to take him down if we can. Ash in the Man-O-War doesn't have any targets. And Hoser, of course, in the Awesome is badly out of position, doesn't have any targets either. Okay, so on 8s, we missed him with both PPCs. We missed him with both medium pulse lasers on 7s. The Gauss rifle from the Cestus hits him in the left torso, destroys his left torso, blows off his left arm, and transfers into the center torso. ER large hits the center torso for 10 down to 7. Large laser to the right torso for 4 down to 4. Medium pulse laser to where the left arm was. Transfers into the center torso, leaves him with 4 structure. Not enough to force a PSR, which wouldn't have been enough to kill him anyways, but he is down to half of his firepower, which is good. Scarponi is up to 3 heat. Tentacle Shogun is down to 6. Our Cestus is up to 5. Everyone else is running cool. We've won initiative, and we are going last, which is nice. Our Flashman is going to move all of, 1 hex in turn. The Locust is prone. That's good. We'll start with Figure and the Stalker. We'll run forward 1 hex. Hoser and the Awesome will sprint forward 2 hexes. Yes, we want to sprint. Let's see. Ash in the Man-O-War Mark II. Got 4 sensor returns. 2 of them must be tanks, or they wouldn't be able to stack. That could be two Gauss rifle wielding demon tanks, which I don't know if I want to tangle with those. Let's see, we'll move the Cestus forward to where we can take on the Locust. We'll do that at a run. And since we're running, we might as well turn. Oh, no, we're overheated. We're a 3-5 this turn, not a 4-6. This is the Archer. We'll run forward 1 hex. If I can click on that dang hex. You know what? Where is it? Unit tooltip. Pop-up delay, we'll do 2000. Dismiss delay, we'll do 2000. Okay, that should slow things down a little bit. There we go, yeah. Okay. So Ash and the Man of War. And maybe jump into this Heavy Woods. Is that a Heavy Woods? That is a Heavy Woods. That's 5 hexes. That gives us short range from this sensor return, which is not ideal, but it's only a +2. It makes us nice and evasive for this turn, and then we can always jump back next turn. So yeah, we'll take the targeting penalty. Oh, on the Galahad. Okay, Scarponi will advance at a run. The Locust tried to get up and failed, it looks like. What is he going on with? Immobile and prone. Okay. That was the Cestus got him with the Gauss rifle, knocked him down, right? Okay. So let's see, the Marauder. Get this sensor return into short range. Oh, that's just a pilot. Tsubasa and the Grizzly would also like to. Oh, we've got eyes on 2 demons. Can we jump forward 4 hexes? Can we get eyes on the Galahad? It doesn't look like we can, actually. How about here? How about here? Okay, we'll go there so that we're out of range of the demons, and maybe the Galahad will step into our range next turn. Locust 2C needs to make a piloting check to stand up, needs a 12, because he's got a 5 base piloting skill, +2 for sprinting, +1 for the rain, +1 for the wind, +1 for standing in mud, and +2 for not having arms. Needs a 12, gets a 10, falls on his right torso. Needs a 12 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 2, needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets a 9. Needs a 12 to stand up, gets a 10 again, falls on his center torso, leaves it with 1 structure. Needs a 12 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 10. Needs a 5 to stay conscious, gets a 2. Okay, so Cestus. Can we finish off this Locust? Can we just go for the center torso? We've got him on 2s. We'll hold off on the Gauss rifle because we want to save the ammo, but we'll do the ER large, the large, medium pulse, and ooh, maybe not the medium pulse, or maybe not the ER large. Okay, so we've got the large on a 3, we've got the medium pulse on a 2, we've got the medium on a 6. At the center torso. So any one of those that hits and then gets a 7+ is going to kill him because he's only got 1 point of structure left. Next up is the Wyvern. Wyvern also has eyes on the Locust on 2s. There's no kill like overkill. Not gonna build up any heat. But the ammo for this thing is basically free. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and follow that up with some missiles. Let's see, the Warhammer has the Locust on 10s for the head. Wait, we've got this sensor return on 3s? Wait, no? Okay, no, we don't have sensor return on 3s. We've got the Locust on 3s, but we're not gonna do that because the Locust is already dead and we want to have something to salvage. Let's see, the Stalker has eyes on nobody. Hoser has eyes on nobody. Let's see. Tentacle Shogun has eyes on the pilot. Yeah, we're gonna skip on that. The Grizzly does not have eyes on the Galahad, blocked by woods. Dang. Ash has the Galahad on 8s, has the demons on 6s. Might as well go for the demon. 132 or 134. They're both undamaged. They both have +3. $132 has a 4-5. 134 has a 3-4. Okay, 134 is our target. $134 is our target. We've got him on 6s, so we're going to unload everything on that demon. We'll go 5 heat over on the demon tank, try to take it out in one volley. Alright, the Cestus hits the Locust in the chest with a large laser and destroys the Locust. Medium pulse laser to the right leg, medium laser to the chest. Demon tank misses the Man-O-War. Wyvern hits the Locust in the chest, in the right leg, in the chest, in the chest, in the right arm. Right leg, critting on his hip, right torso. Right leg, critting on his foot and lower leg. Right arm, blowing off the right arm. Right torso down to 1. Critting on his head for the sensors twice. And hitting the pilot again for his 3rd hit. 2 damage to the right torso, destroys the right torso, 1 to the center torso. Left leg takes another 1, center torso takes another 2. Another shot to the head. Elmo is now up to 4 hits. The Galahad, large pulse lasers at Ash, needs 11s. Needs 11s with the medium pulse, needs 11s with the small pulses. Missed with everything. Ash at the demon, hits it in the left side, immobilizing it, hits it in the rear, hits it in the left side, the turret, the left side down to 15, the left side down to 10, the turret down to 15, left side down to 5, left side down to 0, but did not get the kill on the demon tank. Did strip its left side. The Galahad is up to 4 heat. Our Man-O-War is up to 5. Everyone else is running cool. We've won initiative and we are going last. They rolled a 3. Alright. Yeah, that demon tank is immobile, so he is going nowhere. The Stalker is going to advance 1 hex. Hoser is going to advance 1 hex. Let's see, Tentacle Shogun is going to engage what is probably another pair of demons. The Archer can sprint. Yeah. No, we will run. We'll see if we. Well, hold on. Yeah, no, there's no point in running. We have to sprint. The Warhammer might be able to hit that demon with his PPCs. So yeah, we'll not sprint with him. Vernita and the Cestus will advance at a walk. Needs a 6 to avoid bogging down in the tundra. No, we will... Instead, we will turn and move this way. 6+ is a bit much. I don't want to try bogging down in this weather. Let's see. Tsubasa and the Grizzly would like to wait. Ash and the Manowar would like to wait, but unfortunately they can't both. We'll jump to here, where we can maybe hit the Galahad in the back and maybe send a laser or two at the demon to hopefully hit it on its left side. The Galahad moved, what, nowhere? Did he walk? The Galahad. Galahad walked 1 for a TMM of 0, so we will also walk 1 for a TMM of 0, but now we have eyes on him. Alright. We've got this demon out of range. Maybe if we go with the Marauder first, we can light him up. Oh, and there's the Crusader too. We've got the demon on 3s. So that'll be the medium pulse lasers on 3s. We've got him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll go for 5 medium pulse lasers. That puts us 1 heat over. That way if they hit us with some infernos, we don't risk shutting down. Wyvern has nothing. Scarponi has him on 7s. And a 9. We'll throw in a 9 for 4 heat over. Let's see, and the Cestus over here, last but not least on this side of the map. We've got him out of range, out of range, out of range, out of range. Okay, so the Cestus can't hit anything. Let's see, the Stalker is not going to be able to hit anything. Tsubasa has the Galahad on 7s and presumably 5s. So that'll be a 7 with the Gauss rifle. Oh no, 6 with the large pulse, 6 with the medium pulse, 8 with the small pulse, and 7 with the LRMs. Ash. Needs at least 2 hits to the left side to take him out. Needs at least 2. We'll shoot the Galahad in the back on 7s. And then we'll switch to the demon, targeting his left side on 2s, and we'll shoot him with another 4. That puts us 4 heat over. And Hoser, of course, has no targets, unfortunately. Okay, the Demon Tank missed the Man of War on a 10 and a 12. The Marauder hits the Demon in the front for 7, and a turret, the front and the left side, costing it half its movement points plus 1. So he's what, a 5/8, so that would be a 3, then down to a 2. Yeah, 5/8 down to a 2/3. Demon Tank missed Ash on an 11. Demon Tank, hits Tentacle Shogun in the chest with a glancing blow for 7 points of damage, down to 27, and then a streak 2 to the left and center torsos, down to 23 and 25. And Galahad, large pulse lasers at Tsubasa, hits him in the chest for 20, down to 11 points, and a medium pulse laser to the right torso, down to 16. Scarponi at the Demon missed on 7s and 9s. Tsubasa at the Galahad hits him in the right arm, and the right arm again, critting on his shoulder. And then his left torso and left leg for another 10, down to 13 on that left torso. The LRM-10 hits the right torso for 6, down to 10. The Man of War hits him in the right arm, destroying his right arm. His right leg for 5, his right arm transferring into the right torso rear, and his left leg. And the right torso rear again, down to 12 structure. Medium lasers at the Demon Tank hit him in the rear, hit him in the left side, and the left side again, destroying the Demon Tank. The Crusader fires a couple of medium lasers at Tentacle Shogun, hits him with a glancing blow to the right arm, down to 22. And then all the Streak 2s fail to achieve locks, so to both LRM-15s. The Galahad needs a 10 to stay standing, gets a 12. Because he took 60 plus damage. Tsubasa needs a 7 because he took 20 plus damage, gets a 10. And Galahad is at 5 heat, but he's also down to see... yeah, glad to see that tank gone. Also glad to see the Galahad down to 1 gun. Well, I mean, essentially 1 gun, 1 large pulse laser. Scarponi is up to 4 heat. Tentacle Shogun is up to 1. Ash is down to 4. We've lost initiative quite badly. We are going first. Well, that's going to be an easy decision. We'll have Hoser and the Stalker do their thing first, so that'll eat up some initiative. Let's see. Wyvern will advance at a run through the mud for 5 movement points. Scarponi will advance at a walk, I suppose. Vernita and the Cestus will advance at a run? Question mark? Yeah, I think so. We'll start heading northwards. An hour into the stream. Jeez. I was not expecting this battle to go on this long. I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to finish it in 40 minutes, but I figured it would be close. We are not close. Okay, Ash. We can get in behind this other demon, maybe? Yeah, we'll jump in behind the demon into kicking range because I think Ash has melee master, yeah, so we can kick him in the back twice. We can hit the Galahad with maybe some medium lasers, or maybe the demon, either one. Tsubasa, let's see, is the Galahad a 353? Galahad is a 3-5 because of his heat, I assume. Yeah, he's at 5 heat, so his 4-6 is normally 3-5 now. 3-5 is not going to be enough to go very far. Not in this mud. Ataraxi, hey, how's it going? Uh, episode 141, a ways to go. Yes, indeed. We're at what, 230 something? 237, I think? Something like that. Yes, in the future. We are currently taking on some Clan Jade Falcon, I believe. No, Clan Wolf. Why is Clan Wolf in green and yellow? That's a good question. Uh, but yeah, we're currently doing a small battle, it was supposed to be called. I think, we only have to get them down to 75% of their forces, and we have already taken out a couple of mechs and a tank. So we might actually be getting pretty close already. We'll have to check that at the end of the round. We'll have Tsubasa and the Grizzly move there. Medical Shogun. I'd like to get into the back of that demon tank. Probably triggering a couple more demons over here, but what can you do? Yeah, that was a demon. What else have we got up here? We've got, oh, 2 more demons. Yeah, they brought a lot of demons. Oh, wow. If you're watching from when we just started the clan era, that was a good couple of contracts ago. We've got a good bit of clan tech incorporated into our mechs now, and we are taking on a fair amount of clan tech as far as the Op4 goes as well. Yeah, it is, let's see, currently 3052, I believe. December 8th of 3052, yeah. So we're actually coming up on 3053. At some point, we're going to be able to start purchasing clan tech, but that day is not today yet. A short bow archer? Oh, yes. Not Tsubasa. Oh, yeah, Wyvern over here. He's having trouble getting things into range, but yes, with just double heat sinks and just SRMs, we've got, I think, 10 SRM4s on this thing. 4 in each side torso and 2 in the CT. Yeah, short bow archer. Very fun. Unfortunately, not fast enough. Oh, we can get this demon on 7s. We actually can get the demon on 7s. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And we'll go 4 heat over to fire everything. You don't give a 70-ton battle mech battle fists and then make it a fire support mech. Yes, I agree. The archer was not designed in a way that makes perfect sense. The battle fists and the rear facing lasers just in case, but he's got 2 LRM-20s. That's, I don't know. We've got a couple of PPCs. We've got him on 7s. We've got this guy on 7s as well. So we'll do that. We'll go 3 heat over for those. Tentacle Shogun. We'll go into the back of this demon on 3s with the medium pulse lasers. We'll do the small pulse laser on a 3 and the small laser on a 5. That'll put us at 4 heat over. Let's see, the Stalker, I don't think has any targets yet. Still no. While we're at it, Hoser doesn't have any targets yet. Tsubasa has the Galahad. Ooh, the Galahad turned to face us. The Galahad, I believe, turned to face us. Which means that he is now firing pulse lasers and large and medium lasers at us at point blank range. We've got the demon on a 5. We've got the Galahad on a 7. We'll skip the Gauss rifle. We'll do a 4, 4, 4, and a 5, and then we'll throw the Gauss Rifle at the demon on a 5 as well. That puts us 3 heat over. Let's see, the Cestus has the demon, does not have the demon tank at all. Does not have this demon tank either. And last but not least, Ash and her Mana War with its 12 medium lasers. We've got the demon on 7s, we've got the Galahad on 5s. How much armor does he have on his rear? $26. So if we kick him in the rear twice, he's definitely done for. We kick for, what, 80 ton mech, so that's 16, plus 1 is 17. So we need to hit him with 2 medium lasers in order to guarantee a kill with 1 kick. Okay, that'll be, I guess, 1, 2, 3, 4 in his back on 7s. And then the rest in his back on 6s. We'll go 6 heat over, so we don't take any targeting penalties next turn. Oh, locked, so we hit him in the turret. Demon tanks 137 and 136 selected SRM 6 ammo due to better damage potential. Wyvern on 7s. Missed his first 4 shots. Landed 2 SRMs to the front, costing it a movement point. Landed 3 SRMs to the turret and the front. Landed 2 SRMs to the left side and the front, costing it another movement point. Wow. On 7s, we fired 10 SRM4s and we landed like 3 of them. That's disappointing. The demon at Tentacle Shogun missed on a 9 and 11. The Warhammer hit the demon tank in the front and the front for 15 and 15. It's down to 6 and critted on its sensors. So that will be a targeting penalty for him down the road. And he was, a 2-3 pilot to begin with. So that is a good thing. Yeah. Demon Tank 130 is the one we need to be watching out for. Where are you? Is that this one? Yes, it's that one. Sensors hit. Okay. 136 missed Tentacle Shogun on a 10 and a 9. 135 missed Tsubasa on a 9 and 11. Tentacle Shogun hits the demon in the rear, immobilizing it, and the rear critting on the SRM2 ammo and exploding the demon royal tank with the elite pilot. The demon tank with the Gauss rifle at Tsubasa's left torso for 15 down to 8. The demon tank missed Tentacle Shogun on a 9. The Galahad at Tsubasa hits him in the right leg with the large pulse laser down to 17. Medium pulse laser to the right arm down to 15. Small pulse lasers to the right torso and left leg for 3 each, down to 7 and 24. Small pulse laser to the left leg down to 21. Tentacle Shogun takes a mysterious 20 points of damage to the left arm and left leg. Left arm is down to 9, left leg is down to 27. Tsubasa and the Grizzly hits the Galahad in the left arm and the right torso for 17 total. Hits him in the head with a small pulse laser for 3, down to 6. Fumiko needs their first consciousness check, needs a 3, gets a 4. And then 6 LRMs to the left leg and right leg. And then the Gauss rifle at the demon tank hits him in the rear, immobilizing it. Tentacle Shogun takes another mysterious 6 points of damage to the right torso rear and the right leg. Right torso rear is down to 2. Ash in the Man of War shooting the demon tank in the rear, hits it 1, 2, hits it twice. Okay, it's got 1 structure remaining. If we can land a kick on its rear, we would definitely get the kill. If we hit it anywhere else, we would have to hit it twice. in the left side, twice on the right side, twice in the turret to get the kill. Because we are doing 18 points, and he's got 36 points in those locations. Medium laser to the Galahad's left leg, medium laser to the Galahad's left arm, down to 5. Medium laser to the Galahad's left leg, critting on his hip, so he is probably going down, and a medium laser to the left arm, critting on his large pulse laser, his remaining large pulse laser. Medium laser to the right torso rear leaves him with 7 structure. Tsubasa takes a mysterious 10 damage to the left torso rear, going internal and getting a critical hit, but not to no effect. The Galahad needs to make 2 piloting skill rolls at 11 plus because his hip actuator and 40 plus damage gets a 12 and an 11. The Galahad stays standing miraculously. Tentacle Shogun needs a 6 to stay standing, gets a 3, falls on his left leg, takes 8 damage, and hurts himself in the fall. Needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets a 6. Tsubasa needs an 8 to stay standing for taking 40 plus, gets the 8. Barely. Physical attacks, we've got nothing from the Archer, nothing from the Warhammer, nothing from the Cestus. Ash is going to be kicking the demon in the rear on a -3 twice. And Hoser will not be kicking anyone. We kicked him in the right side, we kicked him in the rear. We destroyed the demon tank. Is that going to be all we need? Is that going to be them down to 75%? We've got our Archer down to, or us up to 4 heat. Our Warhammer is down to 3. Our Marauder is up to 4. Tsubasa in the Grizzly is up to 3. Ash in the Gargoyle is up to 6. Everyone else is running cool, and I think Team 2 is down to 60%, so I believe we can call that a win. Let me double check our conditions. This is a show of strength. Hit them hard, make them bleed, and leave no doubt that further resistance is futile. They may attempt a counter-offensive, but once their losses mount, they will have no choice but to retreat. The victor will control the battlefield at the end of the engagement, securing the area and denying the enemy any future foothold here. Destroy or rout 25% of Clan Wolf Op 4, which I believe we have done. Yep. Clan Wolf Op 4 is down to 60%. We can call this a win. It only took us an hour and a quarter. Alright. Moving into the recovery phase. Everyone's had a chance to cool down. Yes, we saved the graphic image file. GIF or GIF, depending on how you like it. Yeah, we did have some lucky shots. We got some good XP. Yeah, this was not a bad mission for us. We do declare we control the battlefield. The Grizzly took a little bit of damage, went internal on the left torso, no big deal. The Marauder took a little bit of damage. It is fibrous armor, which is going to be a little harder to replace, but it didn't take too much. Didn't go internal or anything like that. Tentacle Shogun did take a hit. Is he... No, it's not going to say anything just yet. What do we want to salvage? The Galahad lost his hip, lost both arms, or at least lost both large pulse lasers. Ooh, targeting computer in the right torso. That might be worth taking. Yes. And then the Ripper, the Locust 2C, the Demon, or the Royal Demon. I think we can hold off on that. The Orion 2C we didn't even see. Crusader, we didn't really do any damage to him. None, apparently. We killed some people from the demon tanks. We captured someone from a demon tank. We captured a couple guys from the demon tanks. The Koku, we did not capture anyone from the Locust 2C. I guess we captured the Orion 2C, we did not. The Prowler, we did not. The Galahad. We crippled it, but we didn't get the kill. Vernita got kills on the Locust and the Scorpion, so that's 2 for her. Tentacle Shogun got the demon, Hoser got the Ripper, Ash got 2 demons. Nice. So yeah, some good XP going around. Force withdrawal 25%, success, victory, and finish. Tentacle Shogun gets a purple heart for being wounded. I wonder what kind of injury he suffered. He has some cuts on his left leg that will take a day to recover from. We can... Oh, Elmo got a broken right arm. So he will be recovering from that for 30 days. Oh yeah, we did also have some things that we could be repairing. Yeah, Jordan can fix this upper arm actuator. Mech left torso. We can have Yosefa do that on a 1. Aerospace sensors, we can have Ethan here do that on a 3. Fire control system, we can have Rempie do that on a 5, hopefully. And an LRM-20 with 4 hits in A quality, that must have come off of the Atlas. Who can we have fix that? We can have Kazuko do that on a 3. Being worked on will be another couple of days before it's done. On the repair bay, we've got Wyvern's Archer needs some reloads. We'll have Ratnabala doing ammunition today. The Cestus needs a couple of Gauss rifle shots. Galahad, the Grizzly needs some Gauss rifle shots and LRM-10 ammo. The Marauder is all going to be armor. The Stalker is all going to be armor. Okay, the Daishi needs a double heatsink. We can do that. We have several. We'll have B do that on a 2. The Galahad. I think we're taking the Galahad apart. Oh, the Locust 2C? The Locust 2C has some small ER small lasers. Other than that, not a lot. And ER small lasers are not something that I think we're hurting for. Yeah, I mean, we have 5 of them in stock that we're not using. So, other than that, I don't think it really had much of anything. The Galahad has a targeting computer and some pulse lasers, which are nice. Mainly it was the targeting computer that I wanted out of this thing. How big is that targeting computer? We'll have, who's got the smallest amount of XP? Shoya will spend 480 minutes pulling out the targeting computer. And then, what kind of targeting computer do we now have in the warehouse? We now have 2 4-ton targeting computers. So yeah, we could be using those. Yeah, 3025 can definitely feel simplistic in comparison to Clan Invasion time period. We'll have Alexander pull the engine. We'll have Kai with 8 XP pull the gyro. The cockpit is going to be like a 3-day job for whoever gets that. That'll be, I guess, Shada. No, Ethan has 2 XPs. So that'll be a 2-day job for him. Actuators, we can have Septi is 5 XP away from becoming a veteran tech, so she can knock out a bunch of actuators at halftime on 4+, 45 minutes each. Should be able to knock out at least 10 of those. Okay, and that leaves her with 120 minutes. We've got, who's our armor specialist? Lena, Ben, Penny, Veronica, Guillaume, Jamil, B, and Tamalika. Guillaume is close to being an elite tech, so yeah, we'll have him pulling this. Oh, fan ferrofibrous armor. I didn't even realize. That is valuable stuff. That is going to go on to the Marauder, I believe. Okay, Guillaume, what do we got? We got 4s. Can we get 3 XP? Can we roll a 12? Or can we, rack up 20 successes? Let's see, the right leg will have Oliver Costa. Oliver Costa with 9 XP can do that in 180 minutes. Oh, excuse me. The double heat sinks. We can have Guillaume can pull a couple of those. Oliver, no. Who's got a lot of XP left? Tamalika can start pulling these guys on 4s as well. And maybe 2 more. So that one and ooh. Just that, huh? Left arm. No, we're gonna want someone with a little more time. Ooh, Tamalika did gain 20 XP. Up to 20, I mean. Kostya, can we pull off this left arm? And then we've got some medium pulse lasers that are all going to be ×4. So we can have, I guess, Halima do one of those. Ogiko can do one of those. Daniel Abdi can do one of those. Sosik can do one of those. Or try to. He gained an XP instead. And Ro can do one of those. And Asito can do one of those. Susan can start pulling off these other parts, or no, Oliver, no. Shada will pull the right torso. She doesn't have a lot of XP. The left torso can be George, I suppose. Okay, everything else is being worked on except for the head, which we're gonna have to wait on the cockpit for. Left leg, which isn't gonna come off at all because it's got a busted hip. The left torso, we'll have Oliver do that. And then armor specialist Tamalika can do all of these. That is standard armor, so we've got plenty in stock. 6 points. The Marauder as ferrofibrous, we have 359 points in stock. Oosh. So yeah, we definitely want to be keeping a close eye on our target numbers here. So we're on 2s. 21 minutes, huh? 17 minutes. 10 minutes. Amalika will do that. And the stalker, sure, George can knock that out real quick. So the Galahad, we're just waiting on the head and center torso parts, and then we can pull the head off. And after that, we can sell it. I think that's all we need to be doing today. Yeah, we recovered everything. The Galahad was edited. Alright, let's advance today and see if we can find some of this Ultra AC-10 ammo. That would be very nice because we do have several Ultra AC-10s in storage. And it looks like some birthdays, maintenance on the Archer, maintenance on the Marauder. Marauder is looking really good. Maintenance on the Cestus. We got the engine, the gyro, and the cockpit out of the Galahad. But we are not finding our Ultra AC-10 ammo. Alright, let's go ahead and pull the head off. Rion can pull the head off. And then we sell what's left. We're all of 23,000 sea bells, give or take. I think that's all we've got until the next battle presents itself, unless we want to start putting an Ultra AC-10 into, say, the Banshee. That could be an interesting thing to do. Yeah, let's see what we can do as far as putting an Ultra AC-10 into the Banshee. And it's all going in the left torso. Yeah, will this work? Yes, it will. How long will it take? 6,720 minutes plus. So like 15 days. But the LB-10X, the shotgun option is nice, but it's not as nice as shooting twice. And this gives us an extra ton of ammunition, so we can shoot twice 15 times. Yeah, it's going to be an extra 79 on our battle value, and a little bit more heat, but I think we're going to go ahead and have Fox do that on a 6. Oh. Is that going to be the Mark 6 then? Yes, it is. Okay. What was the other mech that we were looking at putting the Ultra AC-10 into? Wasn't the Zeus, wasn't the Black Knight, wasn't the Timberwolf, wasn't the Marauder. Was it this? No, it wasn't the Cestus. The Hunchback. Oh yeah, we've got a Hunchback 4G that we could throw an Ultra AC-10 into. Or wait, no, it was the 4H. Already has an AC-10. The Orion, yes, the Orion has an LB10X, I believe. Yeah. Let's go ahead and pull that out of mothballs. We can have Septi do that. The Orion will do Mark 5 on the Orion, I guess, if it'll let us. We are already mixed inner sphere, so let's pull the LB10X ammo and the LB10X out of the right and left torso. And the ammo. Okay. Oof, the right torso does not have a lot in it. So we can toss in the Ultra AC-10. That'll soak up some crits, and then the ammo can all go in the left torso with the case. It's an extra 114 points, but it's also an extra like 10 to 15 points of damage a turn, so. Yeah, I mentioned the dragon. The dragons have the autocannon 5, so we would have to make some sacrifices to fit an Ultra 10 in. We'd have to give up like a couple tons of weight for the gun and probably another couple tons for ammo. So we'd have to pull probably the LRM-10. And at that point, is it really a dragon anymore? It's more like just an Ultra AC-10 turret. But yeah, let's go ahead and we'll get started on the Orion. Who's our other engineers? Edeborg, Tamalika, and Susan. Edeborg, Tamalika, and there's Edeborg. Okay, she can do that on a 4. That'll take her, what, about 15 days as well. Okay, so we've got a couple of Ultra AC-10s going into service. One in the Banshee, one in the Orion, and curiously, they both require the same amount of time. Probably because we're doing the exact same thing on both of them. Replacing an LB10X with an Ultra AC-10. So yeah, 40 minutes on both of those, 13 days. And that'll be Fox and Edeborg out of commission for about 2 weeks. In the meantime, with the winter holidays coming up, the unit has been talking about how much it means to keep some traditions alive, even out here. There's a sense of nostalgia in the air, and I think people are really looking forward to connecting with one another. The 5th night bonfire is looking like the main attraction. After the flames die down, we'll have 2 willing volunteers act out the traditional symbolic fight. I'm half expecting some theatrical overacting. Apparently, some people are already practicing their death throes. We're also planning a simple meal around the fire as long as nobody accidentally cooks themselves. On the 11th night, we'll have another bonfire, a gift exchange, and a big feast. It's usually the night most people turn up for, so we're planning for a good crowd. Sounds great. Looking forward to seeing how it turns out. Okay, couple birthdays. We fixed the LRM-20, nice. It only cost us 45,000 C-bills, and that was a clan LRM-20, which is nice. 12 days on our 2 refits. Sprained left foot 10 days. Broken right arm another 4 weeks. Empty damaged. Okay, right torso. We can fix that up. It'll take us 540 minutes. We'll have Josefa do that on a 4 plus. I mean, I don't think there's a whole lot else going on between now and whenever our next battle is gonna be. So let's just go ahead. December 11th, birthdays, Phoenix Hawk. Phoenix Hawk is improving. Not as fast as I would like, but it is improving. Fix the right torso, 11 days on our refits. December 12th, which is a Sunday. We've got one birthday. We've got the Warhammer showroom, well, almost showroom quality. With the ERPPCs are both B and C quality. 10 days on our refits. 9 days on our refits, and personnel market updated because it's Monday. We've got a green doctor. I don't think we're interested in a green doctor. We're good for doctors. We've got some birthdays and some Corporal Philip Henning, mechanic, got hired 5 years ago today. We got 3 support points. We got some people wanting to drop out of their education or training. Speaking of which, when we finish this campaign and move on to version 50.11, which I am planning on doing, all of our dependents and all of our people who are in any kind of training, we're going to have to do something with all of them. They're either going to have to finish their training or they're going to have to come back early, but it won't let us advance to the new version if we have people in Academy. So we're going to have to do something about that. I don't know if you guys want me to do that on camera or off camera. It's probably still a couple of weeks out, so we've got a little bit of time to discuss it. But if you would like to hit me up on Discord and let me know what you think as far as the upgrade and whether we should do that on camera or not, feel free. The Daishi improves from quality C to B. I'm seeing a lot of green. I love to see that. Probably look about like the report on the Phoenix Hawk next time. We've got the Mad Cat, remains quality A. We've got a couple of Bs here, but they are improving. 9 days on the Orion, 9 days on the Banshee. Tuesday, December 14th, couple birthdays, 8 days on the refits. Wednesday, December 15th, couple birthdays, 7 days on the refits. Thursday, December 16th, couple birthdays, 6 days left on the refits. Happy winter holidays. Celebrated from the 17th to the 27th. It is created to be as inclusive as possible, merging aspects from multiple cultures and beliefs. In later years, the holiday even evolved to include aspects of clan culture. For more information, see Shrapnel number 7. Okay. I know you're probably buried in reports, but just a heads up, the units unofficially declared you the most likely to skip a holiday feast award winner. Might be worth proving them wrong for once. Hope you can drop by and surprise everyone. They'd really appreciate it. Sure. Thank you for the kind words. I really appreciate the thought. Basic training. Yeah, we'll award people basic training graduations. Matilda Zober failed to graduate. Where is down here at the bottom? I see. Okay. Highest education is high school and dropping out of college. Okay, well. Lots of people graduated. Lots of people graduation was delayed. And we've got our refits ready in 5 days. December 18th, Saturday, some birthdays. Some people returned from their education or training. We're not going to send them back out for education because that'll just create a problem when we finish this contract. And our refits ready in 4 days. Refits ready in 3 days, going on to the 19th. We've got some anniversaries, we've got graduation ceremonies, we've got our refits ready in 3 days, and we have 2 engagements due on the 19th. Oh, that's today. Minor engagement, they've bid away 1 unit, and deep raid defense, they have not bid away any units. Okay, so let's go to the briefing room. Okay, minor engagement, first of all. Minor engagement against 20,000 points worth of OPFOR, including another 1, 2, 3 more demons. A slew of Zephyrs, at least 3 of them I'm seeing, a couple Lightnings, a Lancelot. Oh, we don't see many of those. PPC, large laser, medium laser. Lightly armored, it's what, a 60 tonner, I think? So yeah, it's not quite a Black Knight, but it wants to be. The Black Knight, meanwhile, the 6B with the ERPPC and the double heat sinks is going to be a much bigger threat, even if it's a 4-5 pilot versus a 2-3 in the Lancelot. I gotta find minor engagement a little differently. Yeah, me too. We only have to destroy 5,000 points worth of their forces to break their resolve. 20,000 points. So we're gonna need to bring at least 2 lances. Meanwhile, the deep raid defense, they're bringing 17,000 points, including a Thunderbolt C. Oh my. A Thunderbolt C. ER medium, 2 ER smalls where the machine guns go, a large pulse where the large laser goes, an ER large on the left torso. Single heat sinks? Question mark? What? This thing doesn't have single heat sinks, does it? No way. And then a couple Thor artillery vehicles, 3 of them. A Crockett, 5003-1. That has double heat sinks, ER large, small laser, ER large, small. SRM6, LB10X. SRM6, LB10X, ammo. Okay, an Ares, which has what? An LRM-10, an LRM-15, and an ER large laser. Okay, so definitely a sniper. Crab 27V with the ER large laser. Not quite the heat sinks to use them. A Rifleman C with the LB5Xs and large pulse lasers. So yeah, that guy is actually, hold on. Rifleman C. Very lightly armed, especially on the legs. The torsos are not much better. The back is pitifully thin. If we can get behind that rifleman, he has got paper for armor. So yeah, I'm thinking we've got 3 support points. 20,000 points. Oh, we've got an allied dropship on our side on this one as well, so I'm thinking 309 Tonga. I'm thinking Tonga on the battle with the dropship against 17,000 points. Full Moon Night, Clear Calm, 40 by 40 Cold Hills. The enemy has launched a deep strike behind our lines, targeting one of our dropships before it can take off. This is a calculated assault meant to cripple our logistics and deny us critical mobility. Their mission is to defend the dropship until it can launch, or eliminate at least 50% of the attacking force to force their retreat. Expect long-range bombardment. The enemy is likely to deploy artillery strikes to weaken our defenses before engaging directly. We must counter their firepower while maintaining a strong perimeter around the dropship. Close the distance where possible, neutralize their artillery assets, and prevent them from overwhelming our position before liftoff. We will control the battlefield at the end of the engagement, ensuring access to salvage and preventing any lingering enemy forces from regrouping. Hold the line, protect the dropship, and make the enemy pay dearly for their incursion. We have to protect the dropship for 12 turns. Or destroy, cripple, or force withdrawal of 50% of the enemy forces. I'm thinking, yeah, we'll do... Tonga Lance is our strongest lance, so we'll do them. Tackling a dropship is hard in general. Yeah, I'm expecting that to be an uphill battle. And then the minor engagement, where we only have to destroy 5,000 points of their 20,000 points. I'm thinking we send in our two faster lances, Ryuku and Galatea. That should be about 20,000 points. Why does it say invalid formation on all of these? Is that like something to do with like Alpha Strike or something with the formation cards? I'm not sure. But yeah, we're gonna have Galatea. No. Yeah, no, Galatea Lance. And maybe a Lucian Lance. Yeah. We'll do Galatea. And we'll do a Lucian. Wait, am I not a Lucian? Why is a Lucian not... Lucian Lance is in reserve, which means... okay, then we'll put them in maneuver. Yeah, we'll put Aleutian in maneuver role. And then we should be able to reinforce. Yep, there we go. And we'll commit. And we'll do 3 support points. Rolled an 11 versus a difficulty of 3. Okay, so yeah, we successfully reinforced. With 12 minutes left, we don't have a lot we can do before this battle actually starts. We've got our Orion and our Banshee ready in 3 days. Okay, with 3 lances deployed, we've got no support points left. Only got 5 victory points. Actually, 5 is kind of a lot. I think this is about where we're going to call it. So thank you guys for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, follow, subscribe, join the community. Ataraxi, if you're still there, it's good to see you again. Virank, it's always a pleasure, of course. And if we don't see you next week, we will see you when we see you. Until then, have a good one.